Kelly Crandall, Racer.com. Austin, I wanted to bring up something that Denny had said about you this week when he was reviewing the 500. I don't know if you heard it, but he said, it's why, in my opinion, one of the greatest super speedway drivers we've got is Austin Cindric, and he was complimentary of just how you race in the 500, not throwing blocks, kind of just your racing IQ, I guess you could say. First off, I wanted to get your reaction to hearing that from someone like Denny.
I think for me, it's a very high compliment. You know, not oftentimes do you get to earn the respect, but also hear the level of respect that your competitors have for you. So, as far as super speedway racing goes, you know, Denny's been one of the best for the last couple of decades, and to have his a high opinion like that is, yeah, pretty cool. And I think that's what made the end of the race, you know, significant and special for me. At the time and in reflection, is just knowing that I was going to have to outduel him if I wanted to win the Daytona 500.
To follow up on that, what is it about even Atlanta to include in that with Talladega and Daytona? What is it about these drafting style racetracks that brings you confidence? That is it the car, the style of racing? How confident do you feel about the moves that you make and getting the job done at these places?
Well, I think I can plead the fifth and just tell you I got a fast race car every time, because I do. You know, I feel confident we can try and contend for the pole today and try and contend for the win tomorrow. You know, but I think all of them are different, and I think if you want to be able to expect yourself to contend every time we go to a drafting track, you know, I feel like you have to prepare, and I feel like the process that I've, you know, kind of refined for myself over the years in my prep work is pretty solid. I don't know if it's the best or not, hard to say, but I put a lot of work in, and usually those are the tracks that require that type of work.
Holly Kane with the NASCAR Wire Service. Kind of along the lines of what Kelly was asking you, but have you seen kind of an evolution in your career? Obviously, you felt comfortable racing at super speedways. You've done well, but it's kind of a different level now where others are talking about you, or people name you as one of the first or two drivers that they want to work with if they're racing on a super speedway. Could you just talk about how that feels, you know, that kind of evolution or change in your career from other people understanding and recognizing what you do?
Yeah, it's certainly something I never expect to hear, but you know, anything you work hard at, you know, you certainly want to be able to see the progress in it, whether if it's, you know, from your competitors or from yourself or within your own team. You know, I can think of my first truck race that I did on first two truck races I did on speedways. I hated it. Like, I hated it because I didn't understand it. And then even when we did the first race here after the repave, I hated it. But that's because I didn't understand it. And now I come here, I feel like I look forward to it. So I think that's a huge evolution, and that's not just allowing it to happen and understanding, you know, you got to get better to enjoy this, right? You know, I only have fun if I'm, you know, out there trying to be successful, and, you know, if there's an impact on others around me, positive or negative, you know, so be it. But you know, it's a challenging thing to be able to make progress like that at a level this high. And you know, it's only one area in you know what we do. You know, we have probably 8 races at speedway racetracks, and a lot of others at a lot of different racetracks. So my goal as a race car driver in NASCAR is to be able to look at myself or you know, my competitors look at me, you know, in a similar fashion at all styles of racetracks. But I guess one's a good start.